Hey guys, and welcome back to another Dream Game video. Today we're going to be getting one more motorcycle finalized, so it's one step closer to getting into the game. And we need to redo these Game Pass icons because they look pretty buns. If you guys are new around here, the Dream Game is a motorcycle stunting game that I've been working on for possibly a little bit too long, but hey, link in the description if you want to play it. It is a paid alpha at the moment. If we go over here and check out the two game passes we have right now, there is Crate Luck and VIP. I like the idea behind these, or the design of them, but just when I made them, I didn't do it great. So we're gonna remake these, and I want to use renders instead of vectors on the inside to give a little bit more of a 3D aesthetic, and I think overall it will just look better. So I guess we'll make those first. If we hop into Blender, I have this 4-leaf clover that I need to make into a 3D model. So I'm just gonna grab a cube, and we will shape it on one of these. Some loop cuts, there we go. And we are just gonna be dragging the verts to where they go. I'm gonna do it super rough, kind of like this first. This probably isn't the best way to do this, but the model doesn't really matter because I'm just gonna be rendering it out anyways. So, there's nothing too bad here. But I'm just gonna go through and do this, line all of these up, and I'll see you guys in a minute. Alright, I just traced this thing out. Let's go ahead and make it thinner like so. And then we could just duplicate it and rotate it. There we go. We're gonna put one here, and one here. Now we could go and, wow. I guess I forgot to shrink them all. Okay, there we go. And now I'm just gonna add a little bit of rotation. Let's do R1, R3. That might work. Hide our picture, and here is our 4-leaf clover. Not too bad. You guys will see what I'm doing with this, so it doesn't really need to look the greatest. You just have to be able to kind of tell what it is. We're gonna put this out here. I will unhide the crates that we have in the game, which are right here. And then the clover is gonna sit on all sides of the crate. Since our game pass is crate luck, not just luck, for example, I thought it would be really nice to have it actually on a crate. We'll probably duplicate this so it's on the front and the back. And I'm not too sure if it really fits on the sides or anything, but an angle like this would probably be pretty cool for the Game Pass. Let's join those together, and we are gonna have to slap a texture on all of this stuff, and then we'll get to rendering it. The good thing with rendering is I can make some of this stuff look really nice and metallic. Let's go into our material preview, and as you can see, these are already metallic. For this, I think we will drop the color down a little bit and up the metallicness. There we go. All of these guys should also be that dropped color and a bit metallic. Our clovers here, we will make a nice green. And I don't think they need to be metallic. However, I do think metallic looks really cool, so we are gonna keep them that way. We're gonna bring down the roughness on this. Whoa. That's mega metallic. We don't need to go that far. Probably somewhere around here. And I'll be doing the same with the rest of this stuff. So these will be like sort of a brownish color like so. Roughness all the way up as it is rope. Then we need the main wood. Go a dark brown, roughness all the way up. And then this one will be a little bit lighter of a brown. Somewhere around here, I think. Maybe a bit lighter like this. Roughness all the way up. And then these ones we're gonna do a bit darker of a brown. So just way down here, maybe not way down here. Somewhere around here we'll probably do it. And roughness all the way up. Now that we have our crate for our image, we can go ahead and render it out. So I'll see you guys when that's done. Alright, after rendering it out and adding some effects to it in Photoshop, I think this looks a lot better than the old one. Here is the comparison for everybody. There it is, guys. Old versus new. The new one is definitely a lot better. By far from perfect still, because I have a lot to learn when it comes to rendering and Photoshop, but I do think it looks a lot better than the previous one. So let's save this. Then we need to render out a crown, and I think I've got an idea to just hue shift this, so we shouldn't have to adjust a bunch of colors individually. The crown render is done. I just took one from the Roblox toolbox. Now to make it into a Game Pass. So we are gonna drop it on and line it up so it's about the same size as the previous. This is perfectly centered, but since the crown's angled, I'm gonna move it over just a bit. We're gonna copy the layer styles from our previous thing, paste those in, and we'll delete the crate. There we go. Now what we're gonna do is drop a camera raw filter on this. just to brighten it up quite a bit more. I believe it's the previous settings, yes. Oh yeah, already a lot better. And then for the back, if we do Control U, pops this window up and we can hue shift it to an orangish gold. Maybe around here? I kind of like this. Here it is, guys, the new Game Pass. Here's the old versus new, if anyone was wondering. I think it looks a lot better. Let's get this saved, and let's save our file project so we can use this when we have more Game Passes to add to the game. Now that we got our Game Passes done, let's move on to another bike. While the process of modeling all of these went okay, there is some issues with every bike, whether that be separation issues, heck, even modeling issues. They all need a bit of changing, especially with Bike System V2 coming out within a few months' time. Maybe more, maybe less. We'll see. But right now we don't have real suspension, which means we didn't really have to worry about making sure everything that bounced or moved separately was separated. However, in the next system there will be, so making sure that this, with the wheel of course, can move up and down like this for the suspension is super important, and therefore it can't be connected with anything else. There is a few weird modeling issues on this. For example, this radiator, why does it come outside of the fairings? That needs to be a lot smaller and sort of pushed back in there a little bit. That will work. What do we got going on right here? Just sticking up above a little bit, no problem. We can fix that very easily. And I do believe everything else that needed to be separated is already separated. Things will be able to turn independently and all that good stuff. So I guess now let's get it into Roblox and do all of the colors and textures. Actually, there is one more thing. I just want to check. Let's do X and limited dissolve, and then let's do M and by distance. That's just two things I like to do to help optimize these bikes. Alright guys, I just got the not the CRF, the KLX 110 into the game. I think the handlebars, yes, these are silver as well, and they need to be probably really reflective metal. This is my favorite metal that I've got in the game, just because it's so clean. That looks pretty good. We have this as normal metal, which looks okay. Radiator down here. The KLX 110 doesn't even have a radiator, so I'm just gonna delete that. And then this would be our gas tank, and that should be like a black smooth plastic. There we go. We can make this smaller and probably line it up more so with the groms. I would say it's gonna be somewhere around that size, maybe even a little bit smaller than a grom, something like this. And that is our third bike that is actually done. When it comes to how well it's colored and textured, I've redone a bunch on this 636, and I need to do one more thing to the tank because we have these two hard lines, and the 636, especially the 0304, which is what this one is based off of, is a smoother aesthetic. So I'm actually gonna go redo the tank in Blender right now, and I'll just put it on here. All right, guys, all I did was on the top clear the sharp edges. We had a bunch more marks sharped, but those aren't needed. I am going to keep these side ones because it's kind of where your knees go into the tank. So those look a-okay, but the top ones being smoothed out looks a lot better. All right, guys, the new 636 gas tank. Let's go ahead and insert with location. And then we are just going to copy the size and everything from this one. And we should be able to kind of just put it right where it goes. The 636 fairing wasn't grouped in. All right, let's put that in. Paste that size. Now we just need to copy this one's location or position. And this is also lime green, really reflective. Got it. Paste the position in. Wow, it's a little scuffed. So we will need to copy the orientation as well. 31. There we go. We could delete the old one. That is colored correctly. Get this into the bike. It is going to be lime green and really reflective. Perfect. Oh my gosh, these look so much better than the old ones. Look at the old Suron. Just every texture and nothing really worked well, but now we're starting to cook. Anyways, I think that will wrap it up for today's video. If you guys did enjoy and want to see more content like this, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Have a great day. Later.